Hey guys, what is up and welcome to my updated tips and tricks video. I'm going to be going over a lot of the stuff I did in my first video, but this isn't going to have all of that good new content, so I suggest you watch all of it. Uh, I'm sorry I was away for a little while. I just got really caught up by school, but I'm planning to post a bit more. I hope you all enjoy the content, and without further ado, let's get started. So the first NPC, furthermost to the left, that you're gonna unlock, he is actually the last NPC you're gonna unlock, but that's important. This guy is the Death Knight. You can talk to him, and basically, what he'll do is you can say, I want to restore the Demon King Castle, and he will give you an option for a lot of quartz. Each time you talk to him and give him quartz, he'll ask for more quartz. Basically, as you can see, my castle is much nicer, so basically, the more quartz you give him, the nicer your castle gets. But that's really only like for endgame, once you have tons of like dark quartz to burn, once you're getting thousands each run, and once you've upgraded all of the witch and you've got plenty for whatever you want to use them for. It's really just aesthetic, and I would not recommend doing it like early game. Alright, so next up is the witch. The witch is going to be, you're going to spend most of your dark quartz at the beginning of the game on her. She's going to give you upgrades and all of that good stuff. This is really what's going to help you just propel yourself to endgame. First off, you cannot unlock the next thing until you've bought at least one of the first thing. I would recommend first grabbing like maybe a level or two in thick bone, then try and get all of fracture prevention. This is going to give you all the health you need. It's just going to be so amazing. You're going to be able to defend yourself, you're going to be able to take hits, and you're going to be able to play a lot more freely. Next, after you've gotten fracture prevention, I would recommend going between thick bone and marrow transplant, getting plenty of both, and trying to get those both all the way up. So those would be your base damages, and that will help you also defend because, you know, an enemy can't hit you if they're dead. Quick dislocation. This is nice if you're really liking the swaps. Heavy frame. If you want to play a lot of power skulls, and I'll talk about power skulls, speed skulls, and balance skulls later, I would recommend grabbing heavy frame, because this is just going to make power skulls much more viable, and you won't die as quickly using them. Nutrition supply. If you enjoy balance skulls, this could be a very good, if you're playing a lot of balance skulls and you find your most success with them, these guys can be very useful, especially because balance skulls always have amazing skills. That's one of their main upsides. They're all just have many amazing skills, so having that skill cooldown for them is amazing. Exoskeleton reinforcement. I would recommend getting one level of this as soon as possible. You don't really need to get your second level after that. You can. It can be very helpful though. It's just gonna help you not die. It's just a nice little like blocker for you. If you're really skilled, you can like swap right as an enemy attacks you or whatever to like block it. But normally it's just like while you're swapping, you're sort of tied down while you're doing your big swap move. So it's really nice to have that little shield to like, you know, not die while doing that. Then reassemble, I would also recommend taking like one level of this at least. Resurrects you. Basically, the first level will give you 30% one time. This is super nice, especially just to like get further on. It gives you a second chance. So if you're dying a lot at, say, the tree boss or the second hero fight, this reassemble will help you you basically just reassemble. You have 30% of your health, and you're sort of refreshed, and you get a second chance. This is just an amazing skill. You don't really need to get the second one, but I would recommend getting one of these once you've gotten all of your base damages and your health. And then down here you got Fatal Mind, crit rate, Ancestral Fortitude, reduced Quintessence cooldown, and then Spirit Acceleration, which this one's actually pretty nice if you really like speed skulls. And then Ancient Alchemy. Honestly, these ones, Fatal Mind, Ancestral Fortitude, Spirit Acceleration, I would recommend getting Ancestral Fortitude and Fatal Mind all the way up, like, later in the game, because they really aren't as important. Spirit Acceleration, if you're really doing well with speed skulls, I would recommend this, just because it's amazing. And then Ancient Alchemy is really, really nice because you can sell, if you're wondering what scroll items are, they're those artifacts that you pick up. I'll talk about them later, but basically, yeah, you can sell them for gold, which is really amazing. And, like, basically, if you don't have enough gold for an item, you can, like, sell some of your items that you have, and also, basically, treasure rooms become gold rooms. So that's just an amazing utility. I would definitely recommend getting that. So next I'm going to be talking about the Fox and the Ogre. The Fox and the Ogre are both very, they're different, but also sort of the same. The Fox, you can talk to him, and he will give you one free skull. As you can see, this one's the Alchemist. You can destroy them for bones. I'll talk about bones later. But that's just nice if you want to. Keep in mind you cannot upgrade the base skull. That's very important, so don't try and, like, destroy all the other skulls, because then you'll just be wasting skulls. And then you can just pick these guys up. But then you can also talk to him, and then you can ask him to get another skull. And he'll ask you for 10 quartz. And then, he'll give you another skull that you can also pick up. Also, you cannot destroy the base skull. That's, like, the other thing. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. You can't get any more skulls from him, only 2. If you talk to him again, he'll just be like, and then the Ogre, he's sort of similar, but he will give you a scroll item. This is what I was talking about, scroll items. As you can see, I have the ability to destroy them, and because this is a common, I can destroy it for 352 gold. That's pretty good. I wouldn't recommend doing that, though. Honestly, at the beginning, I guess I'll talk about scroll items now. Scroll items, first thing, you see, as you can see, they have sort of a top ability. This one says increase skeletons' physical and magic attack. And this one says, like, increase physical attack by 25%. But you'll see they both have this little march thing. And because there's 2 of them, the ability, like, becomes stronger. So instead of having just one of these would give you 3%. But now that you have both of them, it's 6%. You only get this buff once, by the way. And if I had 3 items with March, I would get 15%, and 25%, and 45%, and then 90%. Same for all the other abilities. So just keep that in mind whenever you're getting items. Just, check those out. Those are very nice. Some great items are items with heart. Those will give you extra health, like, I believe it's called, like, the Quartz Veins. There's a really good one called, like, I think the Frozen Heart. That will, like, give you 35%, 35 more health, and heart, and, like, freeze on hit. So those are just really good. Just, like, keep in mind, also these will go up in rarity, just like skulls. They'll go from common to rare to unique to legendary. And you can sell them for more gold as they go up if you have that special ability. So that's scroll items. Just keep those in mind. You really want to keep up with those. And then same as the other guy, you can ask this guy for another one for 10 quartz. Alright, so the next one we're going to be talking about is the Evil Druid. He'll be another character you unlock. You can go to his chalice, and ask for a blessing. Actually, talking to him doesn't really give you anything. You ask for a blessing, the chalice will sway, and then it'll give you a little buff. So that one, when the enemy is defeated, you'll gain some health. It could be gold acquisition, it could be you gain some, it could be whatever. Maybe like some more attack speed or something. It's going to be a little buff, but it really can count in the grand scheme of things. It's just a little helpful thing. It's free. You should just always pick it up. There's no way to re-roll it. If you talk to them, they'll try to like convert you or something. I don't know. But yeah, so that's the evil druid. Not too much to talk about there, but yeah, definitely a powerful asset. So just keep that in mind. Alright, next, I'm going to be talking about getting bones and quartz. Bones, they are temporary items, just to make sure you know that. But basically, to get a bone, let's say I swap with this, I can destroy this alchemist's head, and it will give me 11 bones. I actually got 10, but I don't know. That might have been a bug or something. As you can see down on the bottom right, the little crossbones, I got 10 bones. Destroying a common skull will give you 5 bones. A rare skull will give you 10 bones. A unique skull will give you 23 bones or something. And a legendary skull will give you 44 bones. Also, at the end of every hero mission, or like hero fight, there will be 3 rewards. There will always be a scroll item, a quintessence, and finally a skull that you can destroy, you can use, you can swap with your current skull and destroy it. Keep in mind, it does cost more to upgrade a skull to an area than to destroy it, so you got to be careful with how you use it. Because to upgrade a common to a rare, that's 10 bones. To upgrade a rare to unique, that's 30 bones. And to upgrade a unique to a legendary is 100 bones. This can be worth it, but just be careful because you won't get your bones back by selling them. And that's especially true for like legendaries. And then, yeah. So also, there will be a harpy or maybe a pixie, I forget, character who you can free, one of the freeable characters. They will give you around 40 bones. It's completely free, and it is a pretty good deal. Also for the quartz, which is another one that I was asked from before. You can basically just get more quartz by getting further. So honestly, I would just recommend try to get further, try to get like further along. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much it. Like, you get a bunch of quartz from defeating bosses, and like if you can beat the game, you can get like something like 7,000 bones. It's pretty good. Or sorry, 7,000 quartz, not 7,000 bones. Yeah, 7,000 quartz. It's a pretty good deal. So yeah, that's all for quartz. Alright, next I want to talk about the prisoners. The various prisoners that you can free. You come across them while playing. You can just smash their cages with your basic attacks or special attacks or whatever. They're actually pretty strong, so yeah, just beware of that. Basically, they'll usually be surrounded by a lot of enemies, so try and clear the entire map before going to talk to the the prisoner. But yeah, so as I said before, the prisoners are they include the harpy or pixie that I was talking about before. There is a small boy with a painting. You can pay him gold, and the painting will give you a random item. It can even be a legendary item, so that can be definitely worth it. There's the Priest of Magnifico. I think I'm saying that right. And you can pay him, and he will upgrade your abilities. So, like, if I currently have Perfect Slash, I might instead get Carleon Recruit Slash. So just like generally the more powerful ability, but like if you enjoy the abilities you already have, you don't need to uh, fight him. Also, I think if you have a rare and you ask the Priest of Magnifico to upgrade your skills, I think you get to, but don't quote me on that. That might be a lie. And then also there is a Woof who the Woof, basically, he'll just give you another free buff. It'll be for the rest of the game, much like the Evil Druid. But the Evil Druid buff and the Woof buff are different. You can only get one of each, by the way. But yeah, they can be nice, like extra health or something. And then there's also one last one that I want to talk about. It is the old skeleton. They will be in a bed. You can talk to them, and for a price of your life. Now, I would only pay this life total if you're feeling good about life. But basically, you can pay some of your life, and they will give you a skull. You can equip the skull, you can destroy the skull. That's your other source of bones that I forgot to mention earlier. If you're really hurting for bones, and you're feeling plenty good on life, then you can decide to pay some life, get an extra bone. Yeah. Alright, so next I want to talk about the Weaver. I think that's her name. She is the person who will let you upgrade all of your abilities. If you give her bones, she will appear once at the end of every hero fight, in the area after the hero fight, once every time at the area after a boss fight, except for the hero fight, and that is it. So you want to remember, you're only going to meet her, let's see, one time for the first boss fight, then for the tree fight, then for the second fight, then for the second boss fight, then for the third hero fight, then for the fourth boss fight, then for the fifth hero fight, I think. No. Wait. Sorry, let me recount that. One for the first hero, one for the... okay, sorry, math is so hard. Okay, so it's one for the first hero, one for the first boss, one for the second hero, one for the second boss, one for the third hero, one for the fourth boss, one for the fourth hero, one for the fourth boss, and one for the fifth boss. Here. You'll meet her 9 times. You'll meet her 9 times. That's what I'm trying to say. So just keep that in mind if you're ever trying to get skulls. Again, I would not recommend, like, if you're trying to say, for example, let's say you want to upgrade a rare to unique, and you want to sacrifice your current unique to get the skulls to do so. Just beware that you'll have to fight a mini-boss or full boss fight to get there. So just, you know, be careful of that. Yeah, so that's it for the Weaver lady. Just, you know, remember those tips. Next up, I'm going to be talking about doors, which doors you should choose. It's kind of obvious by looking at them, but here is a skeleton door. Entering this will give you a random skeleton at the end. This is a treasure door. Entering this will give you a random treasure at the end. Remember, if you have the ability, you can sell treasures, but also, if you have a skeleton skull, you can destroy it for points. So then if you clear this area, that means that you get one, basically free skull. And I would always recommend doing that early game, because, like, that's just what you really want to do. Like, it'll give you some extra skulls here. So this means it's a common skull. It's the thief. And you'll notice I can destroy it for 5 if I want to. I can also swap it with my current skull and destroy that skull for 5. Here is a common door. I can enter this and I'll get some gold. You will get more gold, I'm pretty sure, from common rooms, especially later game, than you will from selling treasures, but I would still go for... I usually go for skull rooms, then treasure rooms, then common rooms, because treasure rooms can just give you plenty of really good, like, skills and whatnot. This will just give you gold that you can use at the shop rooms, which I'll visit next. But skull rooms are basically the best unless you already have all of the skulls that you want. If you've got them all at legendary, if you have all of the bones you need, then there's no point in going in a skull room. And I would always recommend going in a treasure or gold room. So I'm going to be talking about the shop next, though. Alright, so here is the shop that I was talking about previously. So, like, the characters here will only sometimes be here, but it is important to know the chef and the seller, the Lamia, will always be here, but this guy, the guy who sits here, the big skeleton knight, and the quintessence guy, they're only here at random. I'm still unsure of what you get up here. I've never had this guy up here. I think that might be maybe in a later update or something, or maybe I'm just really unlucky. But basically, the chef, he'll give you, up on top, you can see the price. I don't have enough gold right now, but that's fine. I can buy this, and it'll give me health, and it'll give me a buff, which you can see under the mysterious meat. I can also go down here, and I can buy any of these skulls. You can see down on the bottom their abilities. So if I have some of those abilities, I would consider getting them. I currently don't have any of these abilities. I do have execute, so if I got this skull, then my execute would go to 7%, which isn't really that great right now, and I don't want to sell all my equipment to get this. It's not that great. But then also, if I have a ton of gold, I can restock, and that'll give me some new options. And restocking will get gradually more expensive, but if you have tons of gold to blow, I would recommend doing it to get great items. Then, here is the quintessence I was talking about. You can equip these. It will go in your quintessence slot. You can only have one. It will have a passive ability. So this one has more attack speed or whatever. Or sorry, physical attack damage. And then it will throw like a javelin thing. So that's the ability of this. There's all sorts of abilities. Quintessences also go up to legendary quintessence, where you get like the archdemon and the dragon or whatever. And then at the end, you'll see this is a mini boss hero encounter, which I won't do this episode, but maybe in another video I can go over all that good stuff. Alright, thank you if you've made it this far. Please, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions, or if you just, liked the video. Please come down and tell me. I would much enjoy any feedback. Yeah, beyond that, have a great day. Maybe watch some of my other videos. But just have a nice day. Bye.